I like some of the Gaga songs. What the she know about cameras?
She crazy. No, she goo goo. She gaga.
She's goo goo for Gaga?
She goo goo for Gaga. Lady. This lady goo goo for
Lady.
Gaga.
Lady.
Queen Gaga.
Queen Gaga. Hey, what's going on?
How y'all doing out there?
Welcome back. Happy Friday, if it's Friday and you're listening to this. If not, happy
Yeah, someone's
weekend
gonna be
day.
listening to this randomly on a Tuesday, be like, "What you talking about?"
Sorry.
It's Tuesday night. But regardless, we're recording on a Friday, and we got something special for y'all.
Yeah, you guys voted for this. So thank you, democracy, I guess.
Isn't
um,
democracy lovely in this country when it works out?
so anyway,
Yeah, we put a poll up on the page. If you're following, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
We were
Facebook,
Facebook. We were contemplating like, should we like do like an older album, like a classic album, like
a
or
new
or a
album,
new
something that
albums,
just came out, something
something dropped
fresh.
recently, and the fans, y'all want new stuff.
So we got you.
We got you.
We got new stuff.
Yeah, we went through, we're like, who recently dropped an album? Who's big?
Who did?
Who y'all want to hear? And we came across this up and coming
A little
artist,
crazy. It's a little madness and a little mayhem, if
little
you will.
mayhem
Haha.
from Miss Gaga. Miss Lady Gaga is back.
She's back. This is great. How have we not talked about Lady Gaga yet? Because she has been around for forever and she's put out, I lost count. I was trying to count how many albums, like 13, 14 albums at this point. Like, how have we not talked about Lady Gaga? This
It's
is
it's
crazy.
kind of crazy. We grew up listening to Gaga.
We really did. What a time to be alive.
I remember Poker Face being like fifth, sixth grade listening to that or
Yeah,
something.
that was, oh my god. I wish I could go back and listen to that song for the first time again because listening to that, it was like a breakthrough moment. Like Jimmy Neutron, like having one of those big thinks.
Brain
A
blast.
brain blast. That's how I felt listening to Poker Face for the first time,
Crazy.
honestly.
No, that's the thing you're gonna share like with your kids. You know how you like your parents be sharing songs from their childhood, be like, you don't know
Yeah, they're
nothing
like
about
Hootie and the
this.
Blowfish and like old like country songs. And we were
Like,
like, this is Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
what you know about this, son? Poker Face. What you know about that Gaga, son?
Did you know?
Sit down, listen.
Oh my gosh, Lady Gaga, 14-time Grammy winner.
Boom.
She's crazy.
She is. She started off first album, The Fame.
2008.
This 2008.
That was a minute
That
ago.
was a long time
I
ago.
think I was in like sixth grade. I'm
What was that? I
old.
was in like I'm a little older than you. I was in
Yeah,
like the
you're
fourth or
old.
fifth. I'm an old man.
Yeah,
Old man.
bend your knees.
Bend your knees, bro. These knees be cracking.
Yeah,
It's been cracking
mine do
since.
too. So, and now we're in 2025, and I feel like Mayhem, her new album that just came out, it has such a like the Fame vibe to it, and it's very much like her old stuff,
I was
which
gonna
I thought was
say,
very cool.
yeah, no, this definitely is like a return to form. Not that like the music she's been dropping recently has been like bad. It's just
No,
like it's been very different.
yeah, what I like about Lady Gaga is she kind of like she's not afraid to expand her sound and she's very authentic and she just kind of everything she does has like a meaning to it and she's very like advocate for what she believes in and human rights and she's very involved in the LGBT community. She's very not afraid to stand up for what she believes in and she'll express that through her music, through the clothes she wears, through
Mm-hmm.
her speeches at award shows and it's really cool to see somebody that upfront.
No, what's really cool also is like she's not just an advocate for herself. Like she's been very clear she doesn't care what people think about her,
Oh
like
yeah.
her outfits, her music, and everything. But like she also stands up for those who may not feel as comfortable standing up for themselves, what they believe, what
Yeah.
how they want to live their lives. So it's good to have like that advocate who will stand up for you and like make you feel as though you can stand up for yourself, which has been a symbol
100%.
from Lady Gaga since the jump.
Yeah,
So
it definitely feels very like empowering to have somebody so well known to speak about these things for those who are too scared.
it
I
is.
don't know.
You gotta have those influences to look up to. Just
She's definitely an artist to look up to, at least in our opinion. So Mayhem is like her 12th or 13th album. I lost count trying to keep track of them all. It's up there though. Like she's got a lot of music out. There's like a really cool little sentence in her Spotify about you, and I wanted to read it, but I'm having a hard time pulling it up. You know what? My computer is literally right in front of me.
Stand by.
I'm trying to find it on my phone, and Spotify looks so much different on a desktop.
It does. It's like a completely different thing. Like this is the
I grew up using
managerial.
Spotify on my desktop.
That's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different world.
I do know like this is
Where is she?
technically her seventh solo studio album. A lot of the other albums come from like collaborative and soundtracks
Mm.
that she's not just been a part of, but like has like led the charge. They do technically count as like her albums, like the Star Is Born that movie. That's technically
Mhm.
like her
Oh,
album for
right.
her too.
Yeah, she did a lot of music for different movies too.
Yeah,
Did you mention the second Joker? What is it? I don't remember.
I don't know how to say the rest of it.
I just scrolled past it, I think.
Movie's trash. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Gaga. That
Lady
you were
Gaga.
good in the movie.
What were Folie à deux? I think it's French.
I believe it's French. I just
Folie à deux.
filet
I
do.
should ask my friend. He speaks French. Anyway, let me find this blurb because I think it's important.
She also has albums with Tony Bennett, the late great. God bless him.
Yes, that's another thing. She's very respectful of the big musicians that came before her,
Mm-hmm.
and she always wants to do them tribute. Okay, let me find this blurb. This is
Stand by.
her most this is a little dated, but her most recent pop album, Chromatica, became her sixth consecutive number one on the Billboard 200 chart, making her the first female artist to achieve this over a 10-year period from
Mm,
2011 to 2020. The first woman to do this.
that's crazy.
That's so respectable.
You also got to think about like the women coming up with her in her class
Mhm.
to still to achieve such a thing.
Yeah. It's so cool to witness different women achieving these for being the first time to do that as a woman. And on Spotify currently, it says she's the number 2 artist in the world according to Spotify.
Who's number one?
I don't know. I don't know how to figure that out. Maybe if I click on it. I'm getting really sidetracked now. Number 2 in the world.
I feel
I
like
don't
you have to
know.
like look up different artists. We're not gonna do
I'm
all
not
that.
doing that.
I bet it's either Kendrick or Weekend.
Anyway,
That's just my bet. We're not gonna get into that because this is about Lady Gaga.
we already talked about the weekend.
But without further ado,
Mayhem.
Mayhem track number one, Disease.
This was the lead single too.
That's right. This song dropped actually a while ago.
Yeah, was it like October?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a while ago.
that was a minute.
Wow.
What you think of this bad boy?
I really liked Disease. Like I'm usually a little iffy about singles because I'm like, like you're putting this out really early and like am I gonna lose the motivation to listen to this album? But I really like this. It's like a rage infused pop rock throwback to her old stuff. And I thought it was really fun. Like it just gets me pumped up personally. She's basically saying to the person that she like loves and has a huge crush on and everything, she's the only one that can cure their disease. She's very like obsessive. This is setting the tone for almost the entire album. It's very like it's got like a pop rock vibe to it. It's kind of ragey. She screams a little bit in the choruses. It's very rock influenced and it definitely sounds a lot like her older stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I even have in my notes so like it reminds me a lot of like musically it reminds me a lot of that song. Remember that song Love Game?
Yes, I love that song.
Yeah,
It's one of my
it
favorites.
reminded me a lot of that one.
Yeah.
It definitely has like that older sound. I kind of knew like this was the direction she wanted to go with this album, but like I wasn't sure like how like heavy she was gonna go with it. But like she went very heavy. Like this could fit
Yeah.
very nicely on like the Fame if like if it were at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that message of this song kind of comes up a lot throughout the album, so you'll see that more. But I definitely think it's a pretty good start to the album. It's a nice introduction because of how like it leads into like how influenced this album is by like her older sound. So I do think like this was a appropriate place to put it.
Yeah, this is a great opening song. And like I'm not disappointed at all. I really like it. It's not going to be one of my favorites, but I still thought it was pretty solid. And I ended up giving it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Oh.
Like I said, it's a good song. I think it's a good way to start. I just think there are better songs on this album. Like I said, there are other songs on this album that have like similar message to what's going on here.
Mhm.
I think it's done a little bit better. I think musically it's done a little bit better just in other places on the album. But I think it's a nice introduction. It gives you a taste of what you're gonna get. So I think it's an appropriate start. It's just not one of my favorites here. So
That
that's a
makes
six
sense.
out of ten.
Okay, that makes sense.
But we
Not
about
too
to get
bad.
into some good stuff with the next
The next
track,
one,
which was the also happens to be the next single.
the second single.
She done threw the singles, like, right at the start. She's like, "We,
Yeah,
the rest of this album about to be brand spanking new for you."
yeah, honestly.
But, yeah, number 2, Abracadabra, Magic,
Oof,
Poof. What's that song?
the
It made me think of, Aladdin, Fred Legby. "Getting your friends go abracadabra, let her rip."
well,
What did you think of this, though?
I really liked the old school, like, EDM intro to the song. Very old school Lady Gaga. I really liked that. I like that in the song, she's basically talking about facing the challenges of life. I think she said this, like, verbatim or in an interview, she was explaining it. The song's about facing the challenges of life and finding the magic in it, which I didn't know that the first few times I listened to this single. Like, I listened to it, I think around the time the Grammys were happening, and, like, I watched parts of the music video and I thought I was cool because she always has really cool music videos and choreography, but anyway, at first I was like, "Yeah, it's an okay song." Like, I don't know if I, like, love it, but, like, once I read that that's what the message is, and the more I thought about it and the more I listened to the lyrics, I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." And it's a good message to get behind because it's very easy to not look on the bright side of things, even though sometimes it seems like there's not really a lot to look forward to. I think this song sets a good reminder for those occasions, and this song gets stuck in your head so easily too. I mean, like, it's a single.
No, this song is, like, insanely catchy,
It's so good.
especially when you get, like, toward, like, the back end of the chorus with, like, the old app da 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 da
Yeah,
da da.
it's
I
so
was
fun. Makes me wanna dance. Like, I wanna dance for Lady Gaga, be a
really
dancer.
the production on this song is just, like, top notch.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of great production on this album, but, like, I think it shines bright right here. I also really like, her voice on this song 'cause, like, I
Yeah.
don't know if you noticed, like, especially in the beginning, it had, like, this deeper sort of tender inner tone.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I thought
really
that was
like when
really
she
cool.
does that. I love when she sings really low.
She has a very expansive range. I don't think that gets highlighted enough
Yeah.
as a vocalist.
For being one of the most successful artists of our time, I think she gets slept on sometimes.
She honestly does sometimes, cause like, she's got so much range.
Yeah.
Like, she can sing, there's so much she can sing high, she can sing low, she can act. She
Oh my
got an
gosh, yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah, that's true.
Not for her acting, but, like, still. I don't want you to think, like, "What you talking about? She didn't win no at Best Actress." Like, she won for Best Original Song, but, like, she's
No
been
one ever
nominated for
does.
Best Actress.
It's true.
But she got range. She's a very talented woman.
She's very talented. She
Uh,
worked very hard to get to where she is today.
yeah.
Anyway.
What'd you rate this song?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
I'm
whoa.
sorry, you have more to say?
I only have one more thing. I just
Go
wanted to
ahead.
say my favorite line in the song is "Phantom of the Dance Floor."
Mm,
I liked that one. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, I thought it was like a step up from Disease, definitely, and I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
Um, I loved the song a lot, but even still, I thought it was a little repetitive. So if I'm not in the mood to listen to this, like I'm gonna be like, I don't know. But some of her songs get a little repetitive with the lyrics, which is kind of something I kind of have to like dismiss in my head when I listen to Lady Gaga, especially albums in full.
I
But
do
like,
think sometimes it can get a bit formulaic, and, like, this is what a pop song is gonna sound like, but
yeah,
I do feel like, her personality and, on her track, her vocals, I think that kinda what helps some of this stuff stand apart from, like, your regular generic pop songs, which is why I don't think this album is, like, very generic, but I do feel like sometimes she can get a bit formulaic, which I think is the problem sometimes with her music.
yeah. I mean, regardless of my little ticks with it, this is 100% a great Lady Gaga song.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, this is a great one. This is great.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Moving on from there,
Number 3.
number 3, Garden of Eden.
This song and the title taught me to not judge a song by its title on this album because
You thought we was gonna get holy?
a little bit, honestly, but then I was like, "Wait, this is Lady Gaga, so, like, it's probably not gonna be what I'm expecting it to be," and I love that about her. And I was also kinda thinking, I was like, "Well, when we listened to, like, Garden of Eden from Kendrick Lamar, I, like, wasn't really a fan of it because people get kinda religious and stuff, but, like, we'll see." But this song is so 2000s. I really like the intro. I like how the rock kinda blends into the whole vibe of the song.
Mhm.
It was very cool, and I mean, even it's Garden of Eden, it's about temptation, it's about really clicking with somebody and tempting them and, giving into it and all this stuff, which is I feel like is an easy topic to write about, especially when you're thinking about the Garden of Eden and stuff like that.
It definitely works well on this song.
Yeah.
Like, I also think, the vocal layers on this song, like, especially, like, when the choir comes in the back
Yeah,
on
that
some
was
parts,
cool.
that was really cool. The production again is very nice. Again, like, the chorus and, like, that back half with the Garden of Eden, like,
That was pretty cool.
it's really cool, it's just really catchy. Like, it just really works well. So, I like this song. Uh, yeah, no, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I did too.
Look at
It's
that.
solid. It's
Solid. It's
solid.
a solid track.
I also wrote down I liked the chorus because of the echoing. I liked that we agreed.
Yeah, the same notes.
Look at that's crazy. We didn't even read the notes this time.
No, we didn't.
You can't take them back. We don't have time.
We going blind.
We're going in blind.
Track number 4, did you have any more you want to say?
No.
Alright, track number 4, "Perfect Celebrity." This the message of this song. We've seen this before with artists.
Yeah, I feel like especially a lot more often lately.
I feel like the deeper you, like, get into your career, the more you feel as though you have to, like, be vocal about this stuff.
Oh yeah.
I also think, the deeper you get in your career, you get a better understanding of the need to be perfect. Because if you mess up even just a little bit, like, people will just come at you, like, just
Oh
get down your
yeah.
throat. Like, we were just talking about this with The Weeknd. Like, that
Yeah.
was, like, oozing all over his album.
Mhm. Yeah, it was a ho ho ho. It was a big theme on his
Ooh,
album.
ooh, ooh.
Well, this album's spooky, so I'm giving a spooky little
Ooh.
stutter, okay?
Yeah, this album I will say before you continue, I will say, like, I feel like, it's fine that it came out, like, around March in the springtime. I actually think it would've been better, like, September, October, in the fall.
If this came out in, like, September, I would be so excited for it. I mean, I'm probably gonna bring these songs back up in October and listen to them again, obviously, but you're right. It
It
has
has
such
that
a, like, gothic vibe to it, and
yeah.
her whole, like, theme of it was, like, monochromatic and, like, zombies and, like, very Halloween. I love Halloween.
I mean,
Maybe she'll put out a deluxe or something, that would be fun. If she does, I predicted it, I called it, okay?
we see that all the time these days, like, artists be dropping deluxe albums,
And then a deluxe.
deluxe.
Oh my gosh.
Remember when deluxe albums just, like, came at the same time, like, the standard album
Yeah.
dropped? Now it's like you gotta
I
wait,
think
like
she did that with like, at least one album.
she's done that in the past,
Yeah.
but, like, these days, it's just, like, you gotta wait, like, 4 or 5 months or even, like, a year sometimes. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "Here's the deluxe version." Like, you might as well just drop the whole new album.
Where they drop the acapella, the instrumental, and then a dance mix, and then another dance mix, and it just doesn't stop.
Like, where are the new songs?
Come on, guys.
But,
Anyway.
that's not what we're talking about. Back to this song. Yeah, just the I thought you were gonna say something.
I was, and then I hesitated. But yeah, I mean, it's just about having your own personality versus being famous and then having that famous personality because you become such a split person, I imagine. And she's got these really cool lyrics in there, like "Find my clone," "She's asleep on the ceiling,"
Mhm.
like that's her, but she can't be that person right now. Can you get that?
No, it's all good.
I really liked hearing the message on the song, and also I really feel like I could hear Pink singing this for some reason. Like I can't get it out of my head when I listen to it. I could hear Pink singing the song for some reason. It's just her vibe.
No, because I was gonna I have in my notes even, like, the first couple of tracks are, like, very, like, electro pop
Yeah,
influence, like, you hear a little bit of rock in there, but, like, it's definitely, like, a more of, like, the electronic sort of sound. I
yeah.
feel like this song is a bit of a change of pace because it has more of a pop rock vibe.
Yeah, we kind of go back and forth with this album.
Yeah, but, like, that's kind of Pink's whole vibe, so, like, I kinda
Yeah.
get what you're talking about, like, she could have sung this song too.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But this is a very good track, and I do appreciate, like, the bit of a change of pace on this song.
Mhm.
I was afraid, like, it was gonna be, like, too much of, like, the same thing, but, like, it's not. So that actually made me like the song even more.
Yeah.
I ended up giving it an 8 out of 10.
Wow. I liked it. It's not one of my favorites on the album, so I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was still pretty decent.
Moving on from there,
Number 5.
number 5, "Vanish Into You." What did you think?
I loved this song. The song I think grew on me the most because it just kept getting stuck in my head, and I don't know, I just think Lady Gaga has the perfect voice for this song. I love the spooky, like, indie grunge, like, opening we get to this where she sings in that tone, and like, I just thought that the song was kind of like a breath of fresh air on the album, like, overall, because it's a little bit different from it just stands out to me anyway. I think it sounds a little bit different from the rest of the album.
I even have down in my notes, not to cut you off,
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
fine.
I even have, like, it's You can argue like this is like the first like somewhat sort of like the first ballad on this album.
Kind of, yeah.
It had
It's
it
like an upbeat ballad.
it kind of kicks in more like when you get into like the chorus and everything. But it's the first one you can argue as like more of a ballad on this album, which again like it is a nice bit of a change of pace.
Yeah. I mean, this song's kind of about like you just want somebody so badly, and then you just want them to notice you, but they don't, and you just kind of feel like a ghost. So you just want to vanish into them, so maybe they'd notice you or something like that. I really like the song though. I gave it an 8 out of 10 because I feel like there are a couple songs I like more, but I really like the song a lot.
There are some other songs I like more. I actually originally gave it a 6 out of 10. But, I kinda thought about it more, like, it grew on me a bit more. Just the message, it can be very relatable, which I really liked, and but there are some stronger things, so I kinda landed it, like, at a 7 for this song.
Okay, that's solid.
Moving on from there, though, we're about to get into,
Oh,
like, the nitty-gritty here for
maybe,
me.
maybe.
Uh,
Number 6, Killa, featuring
you wanna say that?
Gesaffelstein?
I
Gesaffelstein?
I believe so.
I'm doing my best.
No, you're good, but, I couldn't have done any better. I do know that he is a DJ, his and he has a lot of production on this album, actually, like, if you go back and, like, look at the credits, like, he
Oh,
has a
yeah.
lot of production hands-on. I think because of how musically different this song is compared to a lot of the other stuff is why he's credited as a feature. He also may have, like, had, like, some influence, like, instrumentally, like, he may have, like, been playing, like, the guitar riffs on this song 'cause there are a lot of, like, heavy
Right.
guitar riffs on here.
Yeah, there are. The song kinda goes off. It's kinda fun.
It is. I thought this was, like, a standout track for me. There are different, like, styles of, like, dance songs like you have on this album. I feel like this is where you get, like, that electro pop mixed in with, like, some like, a funk sound, which
Mhm.
I really liked. I really love the funk sound. It worked well for her. It's honestly sort of like a campy kind of song, you know what I'm talking
It is
about?
pretty campy.
It
It's
is.
kinda risque, it's kinda cheesy.
But, like, it works for her, like, she pulls it off. This song can end up being, like, sorta corny, like, if you don't do it right. But, like, Gaga, like, she really just goes for it. She really sells it for me. So, like, I actually really ended up enjoying this song.
That's good.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Wow.
I don't like how you sounded. You sounded like you don't like it.
I do agree that this is a corny song. Um,
I
I
agree with the negative things she said.
Hey, I do like the funk production. I like the, like, 2000s electric funk thing she's got going on. I really like the instrumental to the song. I definitely thought that the song was different compared to the rest of Mayhem. It does kind of stand out in its own way. The song is 3 minutes and 30 seconds long, but it's very repetitive. I know I was saying this before, some of her songs get kind of repetitive, but this one, and I couldn't really get into. I thought it was a bit too long, which I know kind of contradicts a lot of what I say in these reviews, but I mean, it's a silly concept. It's like a risque murderer, and it is definitely cheesy and campy. It's just not really my vibe. I couldn't get into the lyrics and stuff. I mean, I didn't think she did a bad job, but it's just not my vibe.
Wow. Okay.
Respectfully,
Respectfully.
respectfully, I give it a 5 and 10.
I gave this bad boy a 9 out of 10. This
Wow,
is one of my favorite tracks. This
wow.
is where the album, like, really came to life for me. I was like, "Oh, I think I'm about to get into this, like, for real, for real." Like,
Oh,
I was enjoying myself, but this is where, like, oh, she took it to another level for me. For
mm,
me, again, like, I get where you're coming from, like, it can be cheesy, it can be corny, but, like, when you pull it off right, that kinda sound can work well, and
that's
Gaga
true.
really pulled it off for me.
That's true.
But moving on from there, got
Yeah, number
number
7.
7, Zombie Boy.
The song is a tribute to Rick Genest. I hope I said that last name correctly. He was in the Born This Way music video.
Yep.
And he is Zombie Boy. It's To me, it's got a similar vibe in production to Killa. Also, what's with those little Christmas bells in the song? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
What's up with the Christmas bells?
I mean, this song is very disco heavy.
It is very disco. It's got the disco funk in there. It's kinda like kind of 80s rock. It's very fun. I really like the bells in it, but I can't help but think of Christmas music when I hear it.
Bells like that can be, like, very occurrent, like, in, like, older, like, disco sounding songs.
That's true.
Like, you actually you know that song, I forgot who sings it, but, like, that song, "Ring My Bell." "You
Um,
can ring
oh,
my
yeah,
bell."
yeah.
Like, it's very apparent in that song too.
That's true.
It's just it's something that I think that's just kind of went on with, like, the disco wave, and at the same time, it kinda, like, died when disco kinda died, so you
Yeah.
don't hear it too often, so when you do hear it, it
It's
it
like,
it
"Huh?"
it kinda does catch you, like, off but it matches the
It
disco vibe that
works.
she went for this song, so
Yeah,
it makes sense.
it works.
I really love this song. Again, it's very disco heavy, which is cool. Again, like if you don't pull it off right, disco can be very cheesy, it can be very corny, very lame,
Yeah.
but Gaga pulls it off very well. I actually thought the song gave the album new life, just like every time you feel like you're gonna get just stuck into like a bit of a rut, like she throws you something a bit different.
Mhm.
Like this album is very dance influenced, but like there's a lot of different dance vibes on this album, which I really liked.
That's true.
But yeah, it's a very just fun, catchy song. It's very simple, straight to the point, nothing too crazy, which but it just works very well. Like just having fun until like you feel like a zombie sort of. Zombie boy.
Yeah.
I love this track. I got nothing bad to say about it.
Wow.
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Wow. I gave it a 6. It's a step up from Kill It for me, you know?
I get you.
I liked it. There are other songs I like more, but
Okay.
it's not a bad song.
Moving on from there, got track number 8,
Love Drug.
Love Drug. Let's
This title reminded me of Love Game.
I was gonna say, like, let's
I
play
was
a
like,
love
"Wait,
game, let's play wait, no, let's love
literally."
drug. What'd you think of the song?
So even though I'm not like a huge fan of Zombie Boy, I still liked the transition between these two songs. I know there's like a pause in between, but I still thought it was smooth. Um the lyrics are very like 80s rock inspired, like gonna dance till I feel all right. It's kind of like you're forcing positivity. It's really just about drug usage, but just the line dance till I feel all right. That's really the tone of this song and the majority of the album.
Yeah, see, that's what I was kinda, like, mentioning when we were talking about disease. Like, you kinda have, like, that similar message go on throughout the album, and it
Yeah.
comes up very heavily here. This isn't a bad song, it's pretty straightforward, with the message. The production is still nice, but, like, I feel like she's not just done it better on this album, but done it better in the past. So, the song is fine, I kinda coulda done without it, to be honest, but I think it's fine within its place in the album.
Yeah, I liked it still. It's 3 minutes and 13 seconds, but I feel like this is the quickest song on the album. It at least goes by the fastest to me. I don't think it's a bad song,
No,
but I rated it a 6. I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good."
I also said 6.
Okay, there we go.
Moving
We'll move
on.
on, I guess, to number 9.
Did you have more you wanted to say?
No. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound passive. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You good.
Number 9.
How bad do you want me? What'd you think?
I feel like the song brings a more, like, brighter, like, pop vibe to the album, and the lyrics are a lot lighter, and it plays on this, like, good girl, bad girl, like, stereotype kind of. I don't know if this is one of my favorite songs, I think because of my own like, it kind of reminds me of that one Taylor Swift song,
Which
um
one?
she wears short skirts, I wear
When you belong with
t-shirts.
me?
Yeah, it kinda reminds me of that song because I don't know, I don't really enjoy when it's, like, women comparing themselves to other women
Mm.
because it could just, like it never really
Okay.
ends when it doesn't end well when you do that. The fact that you wrote a song and you're, like, comparing yourself to other women is, like, kind of a weird vibe to me. Not that I think that this is kind of what the song is really doing. I don't think she's comparing herself to anybody. It's just kind of like a stereotype thing. But even that, it's like we're kind of teetering that line where I'm not really with the vibe, and it's not really a song that I'm really enjoying.
I feel like there's also I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm good.
I just wanted to say I feel like there's, like, a bit of a double meaning with the title as well. Like, there's definitely talking about, like, how bad do I need to be bad like these other girls out here? Like, how good or bad
Oh,
you want me? On top of, like, how bad what do I have to do for you to be with me? What do I have to do for you to,
I
like, to
didn't
really
think
want me?
about that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
I kind of got that double meaning with the title and with, like, listening to the lyrics a bit, which made me like the song a bit more. I thought it was very fine. I thought it was catchy, but then when I caught that, I was like, "Oh, that's actually kinda cool." How you
Yeah,
just kinda played on with that.
I do like that double meaning now that you said that. That's a good point. What did you rate the song?
I rated this song an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
What'd you give it?
Moving on.
Hold up now. Oh, is this your we talked a bit about ratings before. Is this your low one?
This is my low rating. I really don't vibe with the song. I gave it a 4.5 out of 10. I'm sorry. I
No,
just
it's
don't.
fine. I was teetering, like, between 8 and 7 with this song, but it's
Yeah.
just, again, when I caught that double meaning, it kinda it made me like the song a bit more.
Okay, that's a
S
good point.
Yeah.
I don't really like the whole, like, bad girl, good girl, like, stereotype thing. I think that's kinda weird.
But see, I don't really love that either, like, when people do that,
Yeah.
which is why I was kinda teetering, but again, with the dou I like double meaning, I like double entendres,
Yeah,
that kinda stuff with
that is
songs and albums.
that is true. That is a good point. I like that the title makes you think about it a little.
I like it's good to have some stuff that makes you think.
Yeah.
But moving on from there, we got track number
And
"Don't Call Tonight." Don't you call me tonight.
I like that the song follows number 9. How Bad Do You Want Me? I like because I can't think of a better place to put Don't Call Me Tonight because it pairs so well with the last song. Even though I don't like the song, How Bad Do You Want Me? I will give it credit there. Um,
The messages do kinda go hand in hand.
yeah, the song I definitely feel like the song's a step up, and I like that in the song we get a little bit more of like an authentic side of Lady Gaga with some like raw emotions, and especially compared to the last song for me anyway, I thought the song was definitely a step up in that case. It just seemed more real
I
and
think I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I think what also helps with that is, like, the sound of it is also a bit more raw, like,
Yeah,
you hear, like, the guitar riffs coming in, like, it's a very
yeah.
bouncy sort of, like, beat, like, you hear more of, like, that live production sort of sound, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun in my opinion. And the message alone, I mean, it's about getting over a toxic relationship and getting over somebody who doesn't put in the time for you and things like that, and it's a great message. It's very easily relatable. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
I
It's
said s
solid.
I said 7.
Okay, yeah, it's solid.
It's a solid track.
I don't really have much else to say about it, but I did like the song a lot more.
But moving on from there, got track
Number 11,
number 11.
Shadow of a Man.
What did we think of "Shadow of a Man"?
I loved this song. I
Mm.
loved this song. Okay.
No, no,
Sorry.
go off,
Oh,
queen.
sorry. Sorry. I'm getting defensive for no reason, I guess it's sorry. I love this song. It's talking about the struggles of being a woman and specifically the music industry and all of the double standards that come with just being a woman in any profession, especially the music industry. Especially Lady Gaga. She's the perfect example to be talking about this because she's so polarizing for some reason because she doesn't care what people think. So she does whatever she wants to do or whatever, she's not afraid to make more choices.
Well, that's the thing about caring like, not caring what people think, like, you're still gonna have, like, those people, like, that
Oh
are just
yeah.
standoffish to you, and when you, like, act like that way, they just become, like, even more standoffish, like, "Care what I think."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and
golly.
there's so many double standards just to being a woman in general, especially, like, when you're a performer or a
Mhm.
musician or an artist. Like, for example, if somebody one artist, she, like, doesn't wear, like, any makeup, she wears kinda casual clothing, she's not trying too hard. But then if she's got this really cool, expensive outfit on, she's got this crazy hair and makeup done, and she's really feeling herself, she's trying too hard, she's doing too much. If so many different artists get this like double standard, double-edged sword just because they're existing, and it's so annoying because like in my opinion, men don't deal with this as much. They have their own issues and other things that should be discussed more. I think like men have their own struggles too,
It's not highlighted as much because of, like,
right?
how, like, heavy you it can be with women, especially when you're in, like, the limelight, like Lady Gaga,
Yeah,
like, your struggles and you are just displayed, like, on a silver platter, which
yeah,
is unfortunate, but
yeah. Being a woman, you get criticized for every decision you make. So what I appreciate about Lady Gaga is that she's just authentically herself, and she just really doesn't care what people think about her. Like even like I remember back in like the 2000s or maybe it was the early 2010s, there were
Mhm.
like rumors about her being like a transvestite and all this stuff. And when like she went on talk shows and did interviews and people tried to ask her about it, she like genuinely like was like, "What's okay if I was? What's the problem?
What's the problem?
What's I don't understand why it's an issue. If I am, why does it matter?"
It was a very different time, I think,
Yeah,
she was
she was very ahead of her time.
she very much that's what I wanted to say. Like, I was
Yeah,
trying to, like, how can I
I
describe it? But,
got
like,
you.
that's a good way, thank you, yeah. Ahead of her time. Like, I feel like if she came out now acting like this way, acting like she was back in the day, like, and how she was now, like, I feel like
Everyone would be like, "Okay,
yeah,
and
and,
we have
uh,
Chapel Roan."
we got Chappell Roan.
Like, "Okay."
You hear that Chappell Roan song, by the way? For Dua?
Not yet. Not in full.
It's a country song.
I heard it was a country song. I've
Make
heard
it
some
go
things about
yeehaw.
it. I've heard some things about it, but I'm gonna wait to listen to that for a minute
That
so I
that's a
can
s
sit and process it.
that's a song for a different day. We'll talk
Yeah,
about that another time.
yeah. Anyway,
But back here.
this is a fast-paced disco, like, pop song too, which I think is very fun, and it's just explaining how women get criticized for everything they do, and I really liked that she spoke about this in a song, and not to, like, I don't know, it's about women, and I'm gonna bring up a man, but the song really makes me think about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It does, it makes me think about him, like, this is just seems like a kinda song he would still sing, even though the message is about women.
Well, Michael Jackson was another artist, like, you can somewhat argue was a bit ahead of his time with the way, like,
Yeah.
he dressed, the way he acted.
Oh, yeah.
I also wanted to highlight, this is more about, like, the production side of the song, but, like, didn't it, like, the melody kind of remind you a bit of, like, that song "Telephone" with Beyonce?
A little bit.
Like, I was half expecting Beyonce to just hop up out of nowhere,
It
but
kinda would make sense on this song maybe,
on this
because
song
she kind of has that same vibe when she sings, like, "Who Run the World" and stuff like that.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But no, I'm fully in agreement with you, like, with this message. It's a very powerful message. The song is very good. And Gaga is just not afraid to go there, very not afraid to highlight these kind of things, which
Yeah.
I always respect, which I always like, and always have like support for. But I really enjoyed this track. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I gave this a 10 out of 10.
Ooh,
I loved this song. This was great.
all right.
I love songs like this that bring it up in such a cool way with me. I love music. I don't know. Like,
Music is very powerful,
I
like
don't
when
know
you
if
use it
we'll
right.
exactly. Like another example of a song similar to this. I don't know if we'll talk about this artist, but it's like a pop punk band called Meet Me at the Altar. It's an all
Mm,
woman band, and they have a song called Hit Like a Girl, and it's like one of my favorite songs by them, and it's so good. Shout out to Meet Me at the Altar if you ever listen to them. They're great, and oh my gosh, we'll have to talk about one of their albums because I'll get into it later.
that's another album to review.
Exactly. We'll put it down. Anyway,
That
are
was all
you
set.
okay? Okay.
You said 10 out of 10, right?
I'm getting off on a tangent. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
You
Great
good?
song. Thank you, Lady Gaga.
Thank you, Lady Gaga.
Take
Well,
it.
moving on from there, though, we're almost at the end already.
Yeah, that's it. It's a quick one.
It's a quick album.
It's quick.
But the next track, what number is this again?
Number 12,
Number 12. That's what I thought.
The Beast.
The Beast. What'd you think?
I liked the song. The song was very cool. And I think this is one of those songs that's really speaking to the Mayhem vibe, that spooky gothic kind of vibe to it. And it's about changing and evolving and you're transforming into a more wild persona is something that you kind of hide a lot of the times. In this case, it's like a beast. And I really like the lyric, "You can't hide who you are, 11:59." That song's repeated a lot throughout the song.
Mhm.
I thought it was very cool because it's saying, like, you're out of time, like, you can't do that anymore. It's over. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I don't wanna talk too much.
No, you're good. I I like yeah, I didn't love this song.
Okay.
It's more of like a mid-tempo track, about embracing sort of like a darker side for, for like some more personal like reasons,
Yeah.
which, I'm not gonna get into. But I thought, it was just fine for me. I didn't love this song. It might be my least favorite song on the album, if I'm being completely honest.
It is a different song.
It is a bit
It's
different.
got a different tone to it.
Yeah.
I really like that. I don't know. I feel like the song fits in very well with the Mayhem themes and style.
It definitely does fit with that. I just it just wasn't fully clicking for me. You ever just have
Yeah.
songs they just don't, like, really click, like, like, they're bad, it's just this is just isn't working for me.
It was literally me with "How Bad Do You Want Me?"
This is my "How Bad Would You Want Me?"
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I get it. I did like the raspy singing, and I liked the slower chorus and the verses.
Mhm.
I feel like it makes the song stand out a little more, and I kinda like the theme of, like, not hiding some parts of you that are, like, you, but you just don't let shine a lot because of whatever reason.
Right.
And there are everybody has parts of them that they hide. Everybody has a skeleton in the closet. Everybody has a part of them that's like, like, I don't know if I like wanna like bring this up and what if it changes the relationship? What if it I'll just keep it to myself. But
Right.
everybody's got something like that. And I mean it's up to you on how important that is for you to show it, but sometimes it can be a little crazy to people, hence the beast. So I digged it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I ended up giving it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought it was fine. I just feel like it just wasn't quite clicking for me all the time.
That's fine. We're about to get into it though.
We are about to get into it.
Number 13,
Number 13,
Blade of Grass.
Blade of
Oh my
Grass.
gosh. The song was so pretty.
It's a very different song.
It was very different. I'm kinda glad it was at, like, the tail end of the album because it wouldn't make sense if it was, like, anywhere else, honestly.
I think it also helps with the next track. We'll
Yeah,
get into it in a
we'll get
minute.
into it.
Because like I was when I saw the track list and I saw like what the final track was, I'm like, how is this gonna fit?
Yeah.
Then you get with this song, I'm like, okay, you kind of tack this on to kind of help with that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's a nice ballad about keeping the love alive, even like with everything kind of like bubbling around you. Like if the ring doesn't work, it's fine. Like just wrap a blade of grass around me.
Yeah.
Oh, I want this to work. I kind of wish like it stayed like in that piano acoustic kind of vibe it had like in the beginning.
Mm,
I didn't quite love like when the band kicked in a bit more. I thought she's very powerful like when it's just her and like a piano or just her and like a
yeah.
one instrument. Like we've heard that before like on different tracks in the past. I kind of just wish it stayed in that realm. But I still think it's a very good track. A very nice song. I don't always. I feel like sometimes it can be like hit or miss when it comes to ballads with Lady Gaga. But I think this
Yeah,
was a nice ballad.
I liked it a lot. This is also the longest song on the album. It's 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And I mean, like we said, I like that it's at the tail end, and I think it complements the next song very well, like message wise. It's a beautiful ballad, and it's inspired by her fiance. I heard that it was inspired by a conversation they had at
Mm-hmm.
one point, and like if they proposed with a blade of grass and put it around their finger, they would be happy with it because they just really want to be together, which is really sweet.
Oh,
And also the song's very, like it's kinda, like, raspy, it's kinda raw with her voice, and it kinda makes me think of Miley Cyrus a little bit. She kinda sounds like Miley.
Miley has like these type of songs on her albums where
Yeah.
like she gets like very
I
raspy
don't
like that too.
yeah, I don't know if Miley would, like, sing about this, like
I don't know about the topic so
yeah,
much.
she wouldn't sing about the topic, but, like, she would put this type of song out.
Mm-hmm.
It would work. But I loved the song, it was beautiful, it was a nice, like, almost conclusion to the album. Very different from the theme, but you kinda get over it. Because you're like, "Oh, this is a really good song,
It's
I get
very
it."
different. I don't think this would have worked anywhere, but
Yeah, yeah. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was
I
great. Okay.
it was a good way to. I kind of view this as like the end of the album, pretty much.
It technically is
Yeah,
because
because
what's going on here?
the technical last song. Here we go right now. For the
Number
last track,
14.
number 14, "Die with a Smile" with Bruno Mars. I mean, like we all know this song by now. If you don't know this song, you've been sleeping under a rock.
Yeah, the song won a Grammy. It's been out for a while now.
It's been
Like,
number one
it's
in the
been on the
country also
radio.
like for a while.
Number 1 in the country?
Not
Still?
currently, but like
Okay,
it went number one for a couple weeks.
that's true.
But like yeah, it's a huge hit from like two of the biggest artists of the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like we grew up on both these artists. Like speaking of growing up with people, like I grew up on Bruno Mars too.
Yeah, like, we already talked about the song, like, briefly with the Grammys and stuff, but it's kinda cool that now we get to dive into it a little bit more because the fact that it's on Mayhem is a little interesting.
It does not fit with this album. That's
No.
like my only gripe with the song being here. Like, it's so different from everything else. Even with Blade of Grass, like it's even Blade of Grass has like a bit of like not so much like dance, but like the instrumentation kicks in. Like I kind of understand why it's there, but this song like it does not match anything else on this album. I feel like it's just tagged on because like oh this was the big song, this
Yeah.
was the big hit. Everyone's been talking about it. You won a Grammy for this song. You really gotta tell me you're not gonna put it on your album? She's like okay fine, we'll tack it on the end I guess because
Yeah,
like there's nowhere else it could possibly go and work.
right, and I mean, it does complement Blade of Grass really well.
Yeah,
I think maybe, like, the theme of Die With a Smile, like, if the world's ending and we're still together, it's fine. I think it kind of ties in to the theme of the album a little bit,
a little
just
bit.
the sense of, like, destruction and chaos and all this stuff. It kind of ties in a little bit, just enough where it kind of makes sense, but you kind of, like, dismiss that in your head because you're like, "Oh, it's Die With a Smile, and it's the end of the album, so you like, it's Bruno Mars."
It's Bruno Mars shows up. The only feature on the album.
No, no,
I mean, if you want to get technical,
no. Technically, Gesaffelstein is a feature.
that's true. The only vocal feature.
Okay. Well, he still got credit on number
I'm
6.
not gonna disrespect the man. He's that's
Oh,
one of my
okay.
favorite tracks. You already know.
I'm just okay, I'm
I ain't
sorry.
disrespecting
I'm
him.
just getting salty with the technical okay.
It's a great song. Bruno and Gaga work really well hand in hand here. The vocals are like top notch. Like they're like singing.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know how we had to wait, like, 20 some years to finally get a song with these 2 on it, but I think it was worth the wait, I guess.
Because like, I was saying before, like, these are, like, the 2 biggest artists of, like, our childhood, and, like, they've
Yeah.
never, like, even crossed paths until right now.
Yeah, that's kinda strange.
It is kinda
They
crazy.
must have just been on, I don't know, different life paths, I don't know.
They
Lady
mu
Gaga was, like, wearing meat and, like, it's Bruno Mars was just kinda chilling.
He had more of, like, a laid back vibe back in the day.
I guess he kinda did, yeah.
I feel like when you look at him now, like, his performance aspects and, like, his sound are, like, very different from, like, when he started.
That's true. He was very chill in the 2010s, like,
Yeah.
Billionaire and stuff, it was very low key.
That song, like, "Just the Way You Are," was just, like, a very lovely, like, just, like, trippy, like,
Yeah.
beautiful song, ballad.
They had completely different vibes. I guess that's a good point to make, yeah.
Then, like, you listen to his music now, it's like 24 karat magic in the like, whoa, it's
You're like,
different.
"Okay, man. Who is this? Justin Timberlake?"
Was better than just Timberlake.
I know, but I'm just making a
We're not
joke.
gonna get into that.
Oh, man.
I'm just playing.
Regardless of how it fits in with the album as a whole, just the fact that it's Die With a Smile, I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, I love the song, so I also gave it a 10 out of 10. I just had to get into that gripe because, like, it just
Yeah.
really doesn't fit with this album. I really wish it was just, like, a standalone single. They just
Or
kept it that way.
yeah, or on Bruno Mars's album.
If he ever drops.
It's
When's the
true.
last time I don't remember the last time Bruno dropped an album,
Oh, he's gonna be the new Frank Ocean.
honestly.
Did
Well,
you hear the
at
new
least
Frank
Bruno Mars
snippet?
drops music.
Okay. But did you hear the Frank snippet?
I did hear the Frank snippet.
It's pretty cool.
I think it's yeah, I don't know, I feel, like, so detached from Frank Ocean because of how long it's taken to, like, get any music from the guy.
Yeah. I ain't eaten 3 days.
I ain't
I'm just
eating
saying.
3. But
Uh,
we'll talk about Frank when he drops a dang album
in 10 years.
in 10 something years, man. It
Okay.
but this was about Lady Gaga, and that's it.
Top 3?
Top 3, I would say Zombie Boy,
Mm,
Killa, and Die With a Smile.
wow.
Again, I
That's
love
good.
Die With a Smile, it
Right.
just doesn't fit the vibe of the album. That was my gripe, but I love the song. So it's in my top 3 still.
Okay. I changed my top 3 a little bit since when I first wrote these notes down because I listened to it more and more and I was like, "Oh man, it's hard to pick." But my my top 3, my number 3 is Die With a Smile as well. For pretty much the same reason. Number 2 is Shadow of a Man, and number 1 is Vanish Into You. I think that's my favorite on the album because it's I don't know, I just like it the most. I like how it gets stuck in my head, I like the chorus, I like how spooky and grungy and, like, indie it is, it's different, it's cool, I don't know.
I get you.
I give an honorable mention to Abracadabra, though, 'cause that's my favorite single.
I think I would give Abracadabra an honorable mention too.
Mhm.
It definitely is a strong single for the album.
Yeah.
But overall, what overall thoughts?
I feel like overall this album was very fun, but if I go back and listen to Mayhem, I think I would just pick out like a few songs here and there to listen to. I don't know if I would listen through it in full again anytime soon. Maybe in like a few years when it's like kind of like a throwback, but
I get what you're saying
yeah.
because I do feel like the album is strong, but, like, it's also an album I feel like it's not a concept album, but
Yeah.
I think that's what kinda helps.
She kind of picked a couple themes and kind of stuck with it for the
Yeah.
most part.
But there are
Um
songs here I feel like you can just kinda, like, take and, like, listen to on your own instead of,
yeah.
like, listening to the album as a whole. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not sure if, like, this is an album I would, like, return to it over and over and over again,
Mhm.
like you were saying, but I definitely think it's still, like, a strong album. A nice return to form to, like, that old sound from Lady
Yeah.
Gaga, which was really nice to hear, especially, like, again, growing up with her music, hearing how it started to hearing it now, like, going back to that sound. I think it really works well, and it shows that she still got it. Like, she can
Yeah.
still pull out this sound really well, even though she's, like, kind of taking a step back from it, but, like, she proven she could still do it with this album, which was really nice.
Yeah, I like that she takes her own twist on pop music and it's just very unique when she does it. And I like that she kind of returned to that same like, "Hey, I'm gonna doing pop, but I'm doing my own thing with it." I kinda like that.
I get that.
It sticks out more with Lady Gaga. So I feel like she very easily can twist things into her own, like, her own persona. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I get what you're saying, like, she stands apart on her own, so, like, she always kinda does things that it always feels original, even if sometimes it may not be too so much.
Yeah,
Like, she always puts her own stamp on something, and, like, again, it's really nice to see.
yeah. Arlo's here, he's gonna give us his final thoughts. What do you think about Lady Gaga?
You know, it came out just in time.
I know. I wish he'd, like, meow or something into the mic. He sounds like a frog sometimes.
It's like, "I'm a thug, can't be
Wah,
on no TV.
wah. What do you think, Arlo?
I'm a
Thanks.
thug."
He's not a thug. He's a barn boy. He was a barn cat.
Chilling, dog.
Yeah, he's happy. What did you guys think about this song? Or oh my gosh, I think I do that every single time.
This is
What
this
did you think
album.
of this album? What'd you think? What did you think about it?
Yeah, let us know. We got some Gaga. We gotta have some Gaga fans out there listening.
Oh, 100%. Somebody's gotta listen to this. This was kind of a quick one too, so we'll be back with some more. Maybe we'll talk about more some throwback Gaga in the future.
Yeah, there's music's always evolving, going. So we always got some new stuff coming out your way. We got some classic albums, of course, we want to get into as well. Like we were saying at the top of the year, so we're gonna keep
Oh
that
yeah,
going.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of really good albums turning 10 years old this year. Like, for example, we talked about this Wildlife Clouded, that album. It
Yeah,
turns 10 years old this year. They're currently on their tour where they play this album in full. I'm
nice.
so sad they're not coming anywhere near me because I would love to hear that album in full, but it's very cool. It's 10 years old.
Time flies.
It really does. What's going on?
I don't know. If you could tell us what's going on, by all means, let us know.
Yeah, tell me what's going on because, like,
But until then, we'll be back with at you more with some new content. Oh, as always, thank you
yeah,
for your love. Thank you for your support.
thank you for listening.
Thank you for
Yeah,
listening. Make
thank
sure you
you.
keep listening to the older episodes or new episodes as they come. Keep
Yeah,
sharing with your friends and your family so we can keep growing this thing.
yeah. Be on the lookout for not only new episodes, but maybe with some new changes to the look of the podcast, maybe a new vibe, maybe who knows? Maybe we'll have some new stuff coming out other than episodes. Who knows?
Always like to keep it fresh.
We're gonna keep it fresh. It's gonna be fun. It's springtime. It's officially spring.
It is officially spring
We made
as
it.
of yesterday.
We made it. I didn't know if I was gonna make it through the winter, but I did it.
This was a rough winter.
This
The
sucks.
weather was awful, but
But
like
we
I'm
did
looking
it.
forward to them sunny blue skies, sun shining bright.
It's going to be dark at 9 o'clock.
Oh, I love it so
It's
much.
gonna be great.
I was driving home like the other night. It was like 7, 8 o'clock. The sun was still bright. I ended up turning my lights on. I was
Yeah.
like, thank you, Jesus.
Yes. I drove same thing. I drove home from work at like 7:30 at night and I got to watch the sunset as I drove home and I was like, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
This healed me.
Love it.
This is great.
If you're excited for springtime, let us know. We'll be back at you more soon. But until then, this has been
The Duck Squad podcast.